Hi, Rishmi. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Sorry, I am not able to hear you correctly.
Hello. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening. Uh, how was your week?
Full week in fever and cold and stuff.
Oh, fever and cold because of the weather.
Yes, it's better,
Yeah,
better.
that's sad.
Everywhere it is. Many people arrive. Like office also, everyone is ill, not well.
Yeah, same. Even with my kids, they weren't keeping well. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's something which is happening to everyone, I guess.
Yes, yes.
So, did you get any chance to look at what we learned
Yes,
so far?
yes, yes.
Okay, any confidence, any difference you see and the knowledge what you used to have initially and what you're having now right now?
Because I'm using some shortcuts in my like daily work
Okay.
to format, to change the format and all like control one. वो सब अभी use कर रही हूँ.
Oh, that's good. Did you use this VLOOKUP formula anytime?
नहीं नहीं not on but here with what the worksheets which you have sent ना the homework and all that वो
Yeah.
किया
Okay,
वो
okay.
तो it was मतलब खुद से आ रहा था तो बहुत अच्छा लग रहा था कि हाँ मुझे आता
Okay, that's nice.
है.
Okay, let's wait for
Continue.
Vajanti to join. Once she joins, then we can start off.
Okay.
Okay, sure. Okay, Rashmi, I think it's in the best interest of time we should start with this. And when
Yes.
Vajanti joins, she can see the recorded lecture. I have anyways kept this thing for recording. So let's start with this. Okay. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now in this screen, what I would like to do is, this is what we learned last time when we were doing VLOOKUPs. Now, I'm going to perform this action twice, once right now, and then I'll teach you something new, and then we will come back to this particular second table. Okay. So what I want you to do is, here is a reference table over here on the top,
Uh,
right? Now I want to access the part number, the flight range, and the price. But
hmm.
if you notice, the columns are shuffled. Here,
Yes.
first is the price, then the flight range, then the part number. But here now, the part number is first. The flight range is, of course, is still there, and the price is the last column. So, how would you approach for this using your usual VLOOKUP function? Can you help me in building a formula for this?
Equal to we look up,
Okay, equal to VLOOKUP. Good. Then, what
then
should be the lookup value?
A58, the balance.
A58. Okay, balance. Yeah. Should I lock this particular cell?
No,
No. Okay. I keep
then
this comma. Now,
the
table
table
array
from A5 to
A52
D15.
D15. Okay.
This you'll have to log.
Okay. This I will lock. Now, what should I do next? The column index.
Uh, 4.
4. Okay. 4 comma 0. 0, or should I go for 1?
0.
0. Okay. And we got balance as 1165 B100. That seems to be correct. Now, should I copy this formula to the right side for getting
Yes,
the
you
flight
have to
range?
change the column number to 3.
Okay, I'm just doing the same thing, right? I'm just copying this, pasting over here, and changing the column to 3, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but I'm still getting a hash array. Do you know
Okay.
why?
No.
Should I press F2 and see where the cells are getting reference to? If I press F2, we are looking up B58, which is a part number
Ah,
against
okay,
the
okay. So it
table.
got changed.
Yeah, so the
A58 to B58. Okay, okay.
yeah,
We'll
so
have to.
what should we do over here? In order to avoid these things, we should lock A,
Yes. It's now
only
A.
A.
Yes.
So once we lock A, and now if we copy this formula and paste it over here, we'll still get the same answer because our column is not changed. Now, if I change this column to 3, it gives me the flight range, right?
Yes.
And if I copy this again over here, and what should be the column number
2.
here now? 2.
2.
That's great. So I change this to column number 2, and this is what we are getting, 26.95 and all these things. This is perfectly fine. I think there is no issues over here. This is absolutely fine. You did a fantastic job of giving me the answers, and all the answers are correct. So kudos to you to understand this concept. This is what I wanted you to understand. What are the nitty gritties which go into making a VLOOKUP function? Now, Uh, Tell me one thing. If tomorrow, for some
Hmm.
reason, they change the reference table,
Okay.
okay?
Uh,
So what they do is they keep these columns instead of this column over here. I'll just copy this column and probably I'll paste it over here. And this part number will be copied and pasted over here,
hmm.
okay? And the flight range will actually get copied over here as the last, sorry, flight range. I copy it over here, paste it over here. And now these two things, I'm copying and pasting it over here. I'm pasting it over here. So, oh wait, what happened? The price, we are copying this and we are pasting it over here. Now I get rid of this. Now you can see I have just shuffled my
Hmm.
reference table columns. My reference
Yes.
table now contains part number, then the price, then the flight range. Okay. But if I
Hmm.
do this,
That
if
will
you
change.
see the
Uh,
VLOOKUP columns which we were putting like 4 comma 0, 3 comma
hmm.
0, and 2
Yes.
comma 0, these are still referring to the old reference formula, right?
Yes.
So there
Yes.
can be a chance that while your formulas are correct and you planted them correctly as per your old reference data, but over a period of time, your reference data has changed. The structure
Hmm.
has changed and your formulas become absolute. Like they are not uh, equipped to pick up the latest configuration of your reference data, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
this can be a problem that if you hard code the column number 4 or in this case a 3 or in this case a 2, this can be a major problem for us. Okay, so for
Okay.
this what Excel suggests you is there is a new function called as match function. Okay, so
Match.
yeah, match, I want you to understand the match function. The match function works in this way. Okay, you're still able to see my Excel file, the new one,
Yes.
right? Now what happens is uh, match is a function. When do we use match? First of all, okay, whenever you are expected in a formula to give a position of a particular entity. Okay, if you are asked to input a value which is a position of a particular cell, all right, it may
Okay.
be a row number, it can be a column number.
Okay.
Okay, so any of these two which are required, row number or column number, we will just go and use the match function for that.
Okay.
Okay, so let me give you an example over here. The match function is a bit slightly ahead of its time. It's like it's it comes in three flavors, match functions. Okay, because of its one parameter, it has got its three different flavors. So let me give you the first flavor, which is called the exact match.
Exact match.
Okay, so in this what happens is we know that the balance is required over here. We are looking up for balance and these are your table references. Okay, here where do you see the balance is right now? In a relative position, where is balance reported? What position is it reported in this Excel table?
Okay. That
Can you tell me which position is it? First, second, third, fourth, fifth?
first.
First, right?
Yes.
Great. So we know that the balance is reported as at a first position. So our answer should be 1 if we use a match function. So similarly, we can change this value of balance to squad. The squad is on third position, right?
Third
So
position.
let me show you how the match function works. You put an equal to sign, you say match, open the bracket. Now, like the VLOOKUP, match also asks you for a lookup value. Okay, so you know you're looking up for squad. Okay,
Ah,
so you just take this, keep
mm,
a comma. Now here again, like we lookup, it's asking you for a lookup array. That means it's asking you for a reference data, right?
yes.
The reference data is below over here. Okay, we can include this along with the headers also. It's not compulsory to ignore the headers. You can include the headers, like you can keep it like this, B11 to B16. Okay, now
Okay.
once you do this, after you've done this, now comes the main difference. The third parameter, which is used in the
Mm,
match function, there are three possible values. Either you can go for exact match, or you can go for less than, or you can go for greater than. Now, let me explain you the less than greater than later, but let's focus on the exact match. So right now I'm looking for squad. I want exactly the position of squad and the number of records which I've selected in the table along with the headers. Okay. So what I will do is I'll put comma 0. Okay. 0 means I'm selecting an exact match. The moment I do control enter, I'm getting the answer as 4. Why
mm,
am I getting 4? Because I picked up the header also. So with regards to header, this header is the first position, Balin is the second, third is Carlota, and fourth is squad.
mm,
Okay.
okay.
So you can see the answer which we get is 4. Fourth is the value of the VLOOKUP uh, of the squad. Now, if I change this to Balin, it will show me 2, because if I've included the headers, then the Balin becomes a number 2 entry. But if I remove the headers, like if I make it B12 instead of B11, so in this case, because my table reference start from the names itself, then the position of Balin becomes 1. If I change this to squad, my position becomes 3. If I change it to Yanaki, it becomes 4. So match function basically tells you or helps you in getting the position of this particular number. So you have a large table handy with you, and you have a lookup value, in this case is Yanaki, and we want to find where in this table, in this particular record, or in this particular column, where exactly is Yanaki located, which row number is it located on. So right now it's showing us the row number as 4. Okay, any
Yes.
doubts on this so far?
No.
No. Hi, Vajanti. Vajanti, right?
Hello, sir.
Yeah, hi. Apologies. We waited for you and then we started.
No,
But
it's fine. I'll
I'll
listen to your recordings.
yeah. I have made my recording clear. I have recorded this particular session, so it should not be an issue for you. Okay.
No issues, sir. Because I was working and driving from Bandra, it
Oh,
got really late. I thought estimated 35 minutes, but it took longer.
yeah. It would be because of the monsoon. The traffics are too high.
Yeah.
Okay, no worries. So we are trying to learn something called as match function. Match function is basically what it does. It if you give it array of records, and if you give it a lookup value, okay, which value you want to look for this, then match function will give you the position of that particular value. So here in this case, what we are trying to do is, this is the table array which we've got. These are the name of the products, and we give it a lookup value as Yanaki. We said find out where is Yanaki positioned in this particular reference table, and it found that in this reference table, Yanaki comes in the 4th position, because if you see balance 1, Carlota 2, squad is 3, and Yanaki comes as 4. So that's why it gave the output as 4. If I change Yanaki to a squad or Carlota, Carlota is coming as number 2 position. So depends upon what table array are you giving to the match function, and what is the lookup value which you're looking out for, and what type of match are you looking out for. In this case, we were looking for an exact match. We were looking what is a like to like match. There is no possible denial of any, like if I'm searching for Carlota, I should get a Carlota as an entry. If Carlota is not there, it will give me a hash array to indicate that it did not find the exact match. Okay, so exact match is identified by the third parameter of the match function, which I can show you. The first parameter is, of course, is the lookup value, which we are trying to look up. In this case, it's Carlota. And then it asks you for a lookup array, like what it asked in the VLOOKUP. We will give it a reference to a table. We'll probably lock that table. And then the third parameter, it decides what type of match are you looking for. So if you're searching for an exact character from the lookup value Carlota, so you need to use the exact match. Exact match is by entered by putting a 0 at the end. You get a like to like match, and this is what the match function does. Match function gives you the position as 2 because your table started from this B12. You can see as the reference to the formula, it starts from B12. So with related to B12, Carlota is at second position. That's why we got 2. If I change this to squad, squad is on the third position, and that's why we got the answer as 3. Any confusion on this?
No, sir. It's clear. I have only two questions. One is, where is this being applied? I mean, from application point
Yeah,
of
yeah.
view,
We are
where
coming
can
on
this
to
be
that.
used?
I'm coming on to that. If you look at the start of the video, I gave Rashmi a small assignment to work on a VLOOKUP thing, and
Okay.
then I told her that there is a limitation. Okay, I'll come to that point and I will explain you what exactly how is match applied. Match is not used individually; it is always applied along with a VLOOKUP or maybe an index. Okay, so that's what we are trying to study. So moral of the story is that in many of the functions like VLOOKUP and index, you will be asked to enter the row number or a column number, which indicates what is the position of the cell or the entry or the lookup value which you're looking out for. Whenever a situation comes where you are supposed to enter the position of a particular cell or lookup value, that is the situation where you will go for using a match function. So in the next few minutes or next 1 hour, we are going to study the different flavors of match and how is it used with VLOOKUP and how is it used with the index function. Is that okay?
Yes, that's fine.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Okay, sure. So here's the second flavor of match, which I want to explain you. Now, this flavor you may have seen in the VLOOKUP approximate match. Okay, here we have a bucketization of values like 0, 100, 250, 500, and 1000. These are taxable incomes. So based on whatever value you enter, this will classify it into a different bucket. It will either say it's in bucket 1, bucket 2, bucket 3, 4, or 5. So in this case, 1250, it seems to be placing in over here at the fifth bucket, because anything beyond 1000 will always fall in the last bucket, right? Uh, Please let me know if you do not agree with this.
Agree, sir.
Not understood. Once again.
Sorry.
Can you explain again, but like,
Okay. So here are the different tax brackets for you. Zero income to $100 to $250 to 500 to 1000. Now, whatever
okay.
value you enter over here as a lookup value, uh, this, if I apply the match function will look for this particular 1250 in this uh, table, and then it will bucketize it accordingly. If it is, what it will do is, it will go searching for this number all across this table, and wherever it
Okay.
hits a number, okay, which is either greater than the number which we are using, then it will go back. It will roll back to the nearest number and give you the classification. Now, let me show you an example of this. So I'm using match function over here. So match, I'm looking for this lookup value. I go to this table range. I lock this table range. And now, instead of 0, if I do a 0, I will not be getting anything. I will be getting a hash on it, because there is not an exact match of 1250 over here. Okay, so in this case, we should be going for either for greater than or less than. Okay, so in this case, you can see on the screen, 1 stands for less than and -1 stands for greater than. Now, how do we identify it's less than or greater than? It depends upon the table in which we are trying to look up. So in our situation, the table is already sorted from smallest to the highest. You can see that, right? So the table is already sorted, and it should be sorted. So whenever you're doing a non-exact match kind of a thing, your reference table should be always sorted, either smallest to highest or highest to smallest. Now, in this case, our table is sorted from smallest to highest. So in this case, what we will do is, we will go ahead and use 1. 1 means is less than. What it means is that uh, it will go searching for this 1250 all across the table until it finds a number which is greater than 1250. Once it finds a number greater than 1250, then it will hop back or roll back to the closest small number and give its position to us. So let's see what is the answer which we get over here. We get the answer as 5. Now 1250, if you see, it comes to the first position. It says 0 is 0 greater than 1250? No. Then it hops to a second position. It checks 100. Is 100 greater than 1250? No. Then it goes to the third position. 250, is 250 greater than 1250? No. Then it goes to the fourth position, 500. 1250, is it greater than 500? No. Then it goes to the last position, 1000. Is 1000 greater than 1250? No. But there is no number beyond this. So it gives up, and that's the highest number which it has in the bracket. So that's why it's giving us a number 5. But if I change this to something like, say, 300. Okay, 300. What do you think? Well, what will happen with 300? What will be the value assigned for 300? Which position will it show?
4.
It will show you 4. Okay, what about you, Rashmi?
3.
3. Okay, let's see. Is it 3 or is it 4? Okay, and let's see the answer. The answer is 3. The reason being is that, look at this now. 300, it goes to the first position, looks at this. Is 300 bigger than 0? Sorry, is 0 bigger than 300? No. So it goes to the next position, 100. It says, is 100 greater than 300? No. Then it goes to 250. It's asked, is 250 greater than 300? It says no. Then it goes to 500. Is 500 greater than 300? Yes. If that's the case, it will roll back to the nearest closing number or the nearest small number. It will never report you the greatest number. It will report you the closest small number. And hence the position comes as number 3. I
So,
hope
but
you,
one of the homework that you gave in VLOOKUP, where there is a range also, where approximate value is put. In that case, it may fall into 4, right?
no,
Uh,
see, VLOOKUP works with a certain with a different uh, this thing. Match works with a different thing. Match is looking for a position,
Okay.
and
So in case
VLOOKUP,
of VLOOKUP, it would have been 4 because it would have considered between 250 to 500.
let's look at this VLOOKUP. This is a VLOOKUP
Okay.
thing which we are looking out for.
Range, yeah.
Yeah, now if I enter 3000 over here, okay, it's the same thing, like 250 and 7,000. I'm entering 3000. So in this case, what will happen is the 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 commission is given as 100 over here. Why is it happening? It's happening this with the same logic. If you look at this, is 3000 greater than is 0 greater than 3000? So it
Okay.
says no. Then is 1000 greater than 3000? No. 2500 greater than 3000? No. 7000 greater than 3000? Yes. It goes to the nearest smallest number and delivers you this. So if you look at this logic, anything which falls between 2500 to 7000, it will be reported with $100 commission. That's the same logic which we are trying to adopt over here. With, but in this case, it's giving us the position.
Got it, sir.
Great. So if you got this particular thing correct, if I happen to reverse this order of the table, okay, if I happen to change the order of this table from say 1000 is on the top, then comes 500, then comes 250, then comes 100, then comes 0. In this case, I have the reference table sorted in a highest to lowest order. In that particular case, what we do is we go with the -1 option, because in that case, -1 will actually work. -1 is greater than. So if you look at this, this is where we have the pipe size. We have defined 7 inches over here. 7 inches. What will happen is it goes in the reverse order. It will check from the top order. Is 7 greater than 15? Yes, it is greater. Is 7 greater than 10? Yes, it is greater. Is 7 greater than 5? Sorry. It goes with the other way. I'm so sorry. Is 15 inches greater than 7? Yes. Then it goes down. Is 10 greater than 7? Yes. Then it goes over here. Is 7 greater than 5? Oh, sorry. Is 5 greater than 7? No. So it will roll back to the closest highest number. In this particular case, it rollbacks to the closest highest number. In this case, it rollbacks to the closest lowest number. So always understand it will keep falling down in top to bottom order. But in this case, where it ends to the closest number to that particular thing. And here also it ends closest to the number. So let me show you by actually performing the match function. Maybe that will really clear out certain things for you. So 7 inches, I'm doing a lookup against this table. I lock this table, and now I'm using -1, which means it's greater than. Okay, so here it goes in a greater than order by searching for whether 7 is greater than 15, and that's how it lands at the second position. Because if you see, the first thing is 7 inches greater than 15. No. Is 7 inches greater than 10? No. Is 7 inches greater than 5? Yes. And then it rolls back to the closest greater number and gives you the position as number 2. So these are like opposites of each other. The only difference is one the order of the table is in the smallest to highest, whereas in this particular case, the order is in the opposite direction. It's from the highest to smallest. So your match function, if you're using non-exact, that is either you're using greater than or smaller than, then your table has to be sorted. And once the table is sorted, the order of sorting, whether it's ascending order or descending order, will dictate whether we will have -1 or +1 as your third, parameter in the match function. I know it's a new concept, but if you practice for a while, you will definitely understand the way it behaves. Any questions on this so far?
No, sir. Only thing I want to know how to sort a table.
Okay, I'll show you. So probably the call will get disconnected now because we are about to enter less than 1 minute. So what I will do is I'll send you a new link. First, I will show you how to do a sorting of a particular set of values, and then we'll continue with this match function, and we will try to apply this match with VLOOKUP and see how beneficial VLOOKUP and matches. Okay, so I'll send you a new link in a minute from now. Okay, I'm closing this call right now. Thank you.
Okay.